and gentlemen, super happy to be here. And by the way, round of applause for Pili and Rodolfo too. Is that amazing or what? That's why what we do matters. This is more than just business. This is more than just a career. This is more than just making money. This is making true impact. Generally making true impact. And I love what Pedro said, that if you're just doing it for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So with that being said, because we are on a schedule, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Mexico, brought to this country at the age of 6 years old. I was raised by a single mother. When I was 4, she came to the U.S. to figure out a better life. She left an abusive relationship. My father was all the things that, as a man, you don't want to be. Left me with my grandmother, my brother and I with my grandmother. Came here, made a better life. 2 years later, in 1989, we came to the U.S. I remember that's the happiest day next to the day that my children were born. I remember running, Southgate, California, running up to hug my mother, had to step over the parking stall. I remember thinking at 6 years old, don't trip over that parking stall when you jump over to go and hug your mom. And I hugged my mom. And I was raised in an environment where a single mother can raise 3, 4, 5 kids. But when those kids got older, 3, 4, 5 kids cannot retire a single mother. And I saw my mom getting up at 5 in the morning, getting in the bus and going to downtown Los Angeles to work in the garment district. Then she would get back home around 7 and she would go to a Herbalife meeting or something like that. And I remember asking my mom, Mom, why do you do that? You already have a job. She said, son, if I want to give you the life that I want to give to you and your brothers, I can't do it working for somebody else. That was my first mentor. I get a little bit choked up saying it, right? So at 18 years old, I was introduced to the industry of network marketing. But at 18 years old, I still did not have a social security number. I was born in Mexico, right? Can't help where I was born. At that time, I still didn't have it. So while my friends were getting a driver's license and going to school and getting student loans and using those student loans for other things, you know, and they were getting all these things, I go to school. I'm like, hey, I like to go to school. I was always told you got to go to school, get your grades, so you can eventually graduate and get a good high-paying what? Job with what? Benefits. They said, we can't help you. You got to pay for everything. I said, how can I pay for anything? I can't get a job. I try to go to McDonald's. They said, hey, you're not going to be loving this, right? Some of y'all get that on the way home, right? So here's what happened. I can't get a job. Now, I grew up in Southgate on Alameda 92nd Street. You cross the street, you're in Watts. If anybody's familiar, Alameda 92nd Street, listen, there were ways to make money. There were ways to make a lot of money. But I didn't want to do those things. Does that make sense? It reminds me of the Biggie Smalls song. You're either slanging XX or you got a wicked jump shot. Well, I didn't have a wicked jump shot. And I didn't want to sell things that I didn't, you know. I have 2 younger brothers. I was leading them and I wanted to make my mom proud. So I said, I can't get a job. You're telling me I can't get loans. I got to pay for these things. How can I pay for these things? So I'm frustrated. I want to help my mom, struggling mom. I can't make money. A friend of my mom says to me, JC, here's what you need to do. What you need to do is you need to go to the military, but don't tell your mom I told you. Mind you, I graduated in 2001. This is late September 2001, 2 weeks after 9/11. He says this to me. He says, don't tell your mom, but this is what you need to do. They'll take you in. The next day, I was on Belgrave and Pacific in Huntington Park at the Marine Corps Station saying, send me to boot camp tomorrow if you can. I'm ready to go. I had just won a world title in karate. I'm in great shape. I'm not going to go sell drugs. I don't have any other alternatives, so send me to boot camp tomorrow if you can. My mom didn't know. Because I want to help her desperately. Right? And he says, come on in. Long story short, they tell me we used to be able to help people. Once he found out my situation, he said, we used to be able to help people in your situation. We can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. So now I can't get a job. I can't go to school and get student loans. And the military won't take me. I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do? It's a tough situation. Anybody ever been frustrated? I was frustrated because I'm the oldest. I had a stepdad that would tell me, eres un bueno para nada. That means you're good for nothing. Eres un mantenido. You are a freeloader. When I was a kid, he used to tell me this. You imagine that? Wow. Man, I forgave him, by the way. He comes to my barbecues. I love him. I forgave him. But here's my point, though. That he would tell me, la puerta está muy ancha para que te largues si no te gusta. That means, that translates, the door is very wide. If you don't like what I'm telling you, so you can leave. But largas is a nasty way of saying leave. And I was like, man, this dude, I'm going to make him eat his words one day. I'm going to make this dude eat his words one day. And he did. But now we're cool, though. It's cool. He only did what he knew. He was raised on a ranch in Mexico. He only did what he knew. So here's my point, ladies and gentlemen, to get back. I joined the industry at 18. Somebody says, hey, I could show you how to get an ITIN number. You could work this business. And I worked that business. I didn't make any money for the first 6 years. I remember, my friends had a girlfriend in a car. I couldn't afford a girlfriend or a car. Right? I learned very early on, hey, man, as a man, you got to make some money. You go to the restaurant, invite a girl to a restaurant. You'll figure out real quick the menu. Men, you pay, right? The menu, right? I used to look at the right side of the menu for the prices. I'm going to write a book one day. It's going to be called The Right Side of the Menu. Long story short, though, I paid attention. By the age of 29, I was able to retire my mom. By the age of 30, I made my first $1 million. Okay? But see, my topic today, ladies and gentlemen, is talking about perspective. I'm going to share with you the perspective of my prior industry, and I believe that this is the industry that professional network marketers graduate to when they figure things out. And I'm going to show you that. In network marketing, this is a perspective from a network marketer's point of view. A team of 20 people versus a team of 2,000. That you can make in this business, ladies and gentlemen, with a team of 20, what you would need 2,000 people to make in that business. Now, granted, it's a team of 20 people that are serious, right? Not just 20 people that don't do anything. But when I look at this, my mindset was always, I got to build a team of thousands of people, and that was my perspective. That's what I've got to do. Does that make sense? When I saw this industry, I said, wait, the overrides are what? The commissions are what? And I would look around the industry and I'll say, why in the world are these people not working harder? Do they not know what they have in their hands? That was my perspective. Now, watch this. These people are helping one customer every other week. They're helping one customer every other week with a $150 per month policy. Let's talk about a simple term policy, $150 per week. You build a team of 20. You help 4 that get 4. That's 20 people. You guys follow me so far? Doesn't take that long. Okay? And even if it took long, the question is, how long are you willing to do it? See, for me, I have to build a team of 2,000 to get here. So 20 people is not a lot of people. Perspective. You guys see that? Everybody say perspective. So let's say, for example, these first 4, you're an executive director with this volume here. You're making 30% of 43 in AP, right? Your total overrides, ladies and gentlemen, with the first generation and the second generation, the team of 20, you're at $21,000 in overrides with a team of 20 that are helping one family every other week. Is that exciting? Yes, that's exciting. Last week, I think I helped 4 families last week. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, to tell you why I'm up here, by the way, I got my license officially March 29th of this year. That's when I got my license. There's 92 licensed agents in my team right now. I joined Experior May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Okay? Because I didn't come to this industry or this company to take part. I came in this industry and this company to take over. I didn't come here to conduct no doggone training. I came here to conduct a funeral. For the old you is dead and gone. That's why I came here. I didn't come to play. I quit school because of recess. This is the best industry in the world. Here's one thing I'll tell you though. If we don't get our act together, let me not say we. If you don't get your act together, some of us are going to come here and eat your lunch. This industry is up for the taking. We got less agents in this industry than we did 20 years ago, and we got a bigger population. We got 11,000 baby boomers retiring a day. You could go and be a blessing to people and get paid like a hitman. Get paid a killing. Does that make sense? Let's keep going. So see, we're talking about 21,000 in overrides from your team. Now let's say you go write 10,000 AP as an executive director. That's an extra 11,500. You're at almost $400,000 for the year. But let's forget about your personal production. Let's just talk about the personal production, the team's production, a team of 20, right? So here's what happens. Network marketers, once again, are going to look at this industry and say, a team of 20 to make that kind of money, are you kidding me? Yes, you're going to have to deal with some issues. Does every industry have issues? It absolutely does. But guess what? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The juice is worth the squeeze. In order to make $21,000 in network marketing, you need 2,200 to 2,800 active reps paying $150 per month. I don't care what company you're talking about. Amway, Mary Kay, no freaking way. Whatever company you're thinking, it doesn't matter. If they're ordering or buying or selling $150 worth of product, that's how many people you need for your overrides and residual to kick into $21,000. You need 20 here. Do you guys see why I'm so excited? See, some of you guys didn't realize how good you had it. That's why I'm here to tell you this. I want to make sure that you guys see my perspective. That's why we have in this country people from other countries come here and become millionaires with less opportunity. You know why? Because perspective. They're like, wait a minute. I got freedom of speech here. I'm not held down. There's capitalism here. I could go and make whatever I want of myself. But too many of us are too coddled. That's why we don't achieve. But then other people come and smoke us. I don't want to be one of those people. Does that make sense? Let's keep going. So, for example, in our business, ladies and gentlemen, in our business, a $150 sale, I'm talking about a simple term sale, okay? A $150 sale, ladies and gentlemen, will make you between $1,000 and $2,100. In network marketing, a $1,000 sale will make you between $150 and $300. See the difference? Are there some big differences there? Plus, here you have a true residual income for the rest of your life. Here, on most of our products, we get paid a residual income for the rest of the customer's life, especially when you sell the product right. Versus, I'm paying $50 for a couple of products that I could buy on Amazon for $20. They're going to cancel that auto ship. The residual in this business, ladies and gentlemen, is significantly greater. Once again, when I started learning these things, I said, man, I'm going to go recruit all these network marketers. And by the way, I'll give you a tip. Right now, more than ever before, network marketing professionals are up for grabs. Companies are going bankrupt. Companies are merging. Companies are turning into affiliate. And here's a notice that people get. They get an email on a Friday evening. Hey, it's over. That's happening right now more than ever before. If I were you, I would give you some advice. Go talk to network marketers. Go build relationships with network marketing. And when you do, have a backbone when you're talking to them. You need to know these things. I was a number one earner in multiple companies. I was a master distributor in multiple companies. I owned my own network marketing company too. This is not somebody that just joined the industry. I made millions in that industry. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about, okay? Let's keep going. Here's the differences, ladies and gentlemen, about our industry and our company. We offer services that change people's lives. They offer good products and services, but they're not life-changing products and services. We have a respected profession. I'll give you an example. 2010, I joined the BNI group. I was in network marketing. I'm in this BNI group. No, it was a Chamber of Commerce group. I'm making about $300,000 a year. I'm the ring earner. I'm on stage. I got a team at the time, 12,000 people or something in that company. We used to sell nutraceuticals, healthy coffee. I'm at this Chamber of Commerce event, suited and booted, dressed sharp, had a nice SL Mercedes, black car, red interior, doing okay in that business, right? I was the number one earner in that particular company. I show up to this networking event, this Chamber of Commerce, and let me tell you something that is a very, very true statement about network marketing. Other professionals don't look at you as a fellow professional. Other professionals will look down at network marketers like down their nose. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's how it is. I've been in that industry a long time. And I remember thinking, I make more money than most of these guys here, if not all of them. I know that some of these guys are broke, but yet they think that they're better professionals than I am. I wish these guys would see my checks. I wish these guys would see me speak on stage, guys. I wish they saw that, but guess what? They look, oh, you're in one of those little MLM companies. Oh, you're one of those companies. Oh, cool. And they try to be nice to you and whatnot. My point is, they don't look at you like a fellow professional. This is a licensed profession. That is important to me. I value that. I am proud of that. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? 6- and 7-figure income is available off your own efforts. You could never do that in network marketing. The only way to a 6-figure income is thousands of people in your downline. That's the only way, okay? Building something that you contractually own day one, nope, not over here. You can sell this, you can sell through leads, and you can recruit through ads in this business. You can't do that there. Here's the deal. Les Brown says, it's not that people aim too high and miss, it's that they aim too low and hit. My recommendation, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have goals that scare you. If your goals and dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. You got to have some big, audacious goals. Big, audacious goals. Doesn't matter. Let's keep going. So, here's a winner's mindset. Make a goal, identify what the price that has to be paid to achieve that goal, and then get busy paying that price. What is a goal? If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. How much income? How many people are you going to help get their ring? How many families are you going to bless this year? How many people are you going to get paid in your organization? Make a goal, identify the price that must be paid, and get busy paying that goal. And I'm speeding up because I'm limited on time. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a mindset of top performers. You don't have to, you get to. What do I mean? You don't have to deal with chargebacks. You get to deal with chargebacks. You sell a $100 policy, you get paid $1,500 next week. Are you kidding me? Who else does that? You don't have to deal with licensing. You get to deal with licensing because it's a profession. It weeds out the unserious people, so you work with more serious people. Does that make sense? You don't have to deal with carriers. You get to deal with carriers. This is a $109 trillion industry. Who wants big money here? Raise your hand if you want big money. Guess what you need? You need big problems. You work at a grocery store, guess what? And you're the bag boy. Your job is to, guess what? Put the cans in the bottom and the bread on the top. You just solved a small problem, therefore you get a small pay. You want big problems because guess what? It pays big money. There isn't another industry that pays more money than this. So you don't have to, so let's stop complaining about the thing. Stop wanting what you don't want. You don't want less problems. As a matter of fact, you want more problems. That means that you got more activity. I'm blessed to have a customer, and they're asking me for additional information. I'm blessed that I even have that customer. I'm in the right industry and the right companies. That makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. The next one is top performers remove the emotion and proceed to get the job done. Too many times in the past, here's what I would do. I would get frustrated about something that had to get done. Then I started realizing, if I get frustrated and complain about this, does this still have to get done? You talk about right, it still has to get done. So why don't I just remove the emotion and just go do what's got to get done? Imagine if you have to walk from here to Las Vegas. That's a long walk, can we agree? But your child is in Las Vegas, and the only way to get to Las Vegas is to walk. You better get to walking. Imagine I'm going to wait here for 3 hours complaining and moaning and feeling sorry for myself. No, I'm not going to do that. Your son's there, my son's there. You wait and complain. I'm going to start walking. Does that make sense? Let's keep going. Top performers focus on one break at a time. That break is daily. If I focus every single day on laying one brick perfectly, one brick today, tomorrow I lay another brick as perfect as I can. That means I have a successful day. I made the 50 phone calls. I took the 2, 3, 4 appointments. I talked to my team. I attended the trainings I needed to train. At the end of the day, I asked myself this question: do I deserve to sleep tonight? I also asked myself the question, if my team did what I did today, how much money would we make? The answer to that question should always be, we'd make a grip. We'd make a ton of money. If my team did what I did today, we'd make a ton of money. Does that make sense? So champions focus on, let me have a successful day today. And they know what a successful day is. And then the next day, they lay another perfect brick. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have 52 weeks. I have 52 strongs. Most people have weeks. I don't have weeks. I've got strongs. I'm going hard all day, every day. You know why? Because my kids deserve it. That's why. Yes, that deserves a round of applause. Yes, you could go ahead and give it a round of applause. Here's the deal. Is knowledge important? Yes. If A is 1 and B is 2 and so on and so forth, Z is 26. Knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, adds up to 96. Hard work is very important. It adds up to 98. However, attitude adds up to 100. Coincidence? I don't think so. You often hear your attitude will determine your altitude. I've got the attitude of a winner. I identify as somebody with an attitude of a winner. I identify as a winner, and I recommend you do as well. Because here's one thing I'll tell you. I'm going to leave it up here so you guys can take a picture real quick. I'm going to tell you something. Too many people, we have an identity that's not a winner's identity and doesn't serve us. But here's the deal, though. Because you think that change takes time. Guess what? Change doesn't take time. Change takes a decision. That's why I said I didn't come here to conduct no doggone training. I came here to conduct a funeral for the old person. I want people to leave here inspired and ready with a new perspective to know what you have in your hands. Because guess what? All the knowledge in the world, knowledge is not power. That's a myth. Applied knowledge is power. And then I'll finish with this. There's a Pitbull quote. Great philosopher. He says, pasos cortos, vista larga. For the Latinos, the Spanish-speaking people. That means short steps, long vision. Lay that breakdown every single day. Every single day, lay that breakdown. Every single day, lay that breakdown. Because the compound effect of you being consistent and persistent over an extended period of time is what's going to get you to win. But don't stop being persistent. Have a daily method of operation. Follow that daily method of operation. Talk to your leadership. Develop the proper system. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen,